What is the point of building such a big plane if it can't fly very far? So today we're going to go ahead and check the range of this thing. We're going to be flying all the way to the Arctic and possibly all the way back on one fuel tank. I'm going to be flying all the way up to this place right here, Magnus Shipbreaking, and trying to dock ourselves in there. I don't know if that's going to go very well. The thing is, we don't actually have a reverse gear, so I don't know how we're going to reverse out of there, but we'll figure it out. So, yeah, let's go ahead and get flying, I guess. Guys, I'm going to do a reverse gear thingamabobby. Essentially, I need to change all of these guys to neutral. It feels weird doing this, but don't worry about it too much. So, yeah, just keep going to neutral. There we go. Go to neutral. There we go. We got to do this on literally every single one of these. That's okay. We can get through them, and this will totally work out fine. What we're then going to do is go with a switch box, and we're either going to have 1 or -1. With -1, it'll go backwards. With 1, it'll go forwards. So let's go ahead and whack in a switch box and make this work. I'm not going to lie, I didn't think I was going to do any building today, but apparently we're doing a little tiny bit. So we need collective on all of these to be connected. There we go. Collective. Yes, go to the other side. Collective, yes, this one and this one, and finally, this one and this one. Alright, now we go to the switch box, and off is going to be 1, on is going to be -1. Okay, in order for that to work, we need to connect it to a button, so we can go ahead and shove it on here. Okay, reverse, thrust, sure, we're going to go with that. Now that that's all been sorted, let's go ahead and turn on all the lights. There we go. Get the engines started. Yes, start the engines. Very good. We're then going to go ahead and do nav lights. We're going to turn on the heaters. The heaters should work in here, but I don't think they're working. The heaters are back here somewhere. They're in the roof. They're on. Ah, so you have to be kind of close. Alright, I guess just before we go to the Arctic then, we're going to add a few more heaters. Okay, I think we are ready to go, so let's go ahead and start the takeoff procedure by flooring it. Yes! Okay, so far so good. Hopefully we can still get into the air, even with the modifications we've made. It appears that we are flying. Okay, very good. Let's go ahead and trim this up so it's constantly full throttle. And then let's go ahead and start turning on our autopilot and our altitude hold. Oh, okay. It's kind of a weird way of doing things, but that's fine. Where's our fuel? So our fuel is 15,000 and 15,000. Is that enough fuel to get from all the way down here, all the way up to the Arctic? I don't know. How far away is the Arctic? Apparently, 116 kilometers. That's quite far. Let's go check on our engines, see how those guys are working. We can obviously go back here through this. There we go. We're in the wing. Oh, I might need to add like a little thing, a little ramp there, but that's okay. So here's engine number, I don't know what number this one is, to be honest. But the efficiency seems to be going between like 29 and 79. Interesting. We might have overheating problems with these, and the main reason for that is because we don't actually have any coolant on them. There's literally no coolant on any of these engines, which is interesting. It's very interesting. Okay, we're gonna have to keep an eye on the temperature of those then. Alright, I do have a plan in mind to somewhat deal with that, but we're gonna have to wait and see if it'll work. Oh, would you look at that? We're actually flying over land for once. It's kind of an uncommon sight in Stormworks, isn't it? Flying over land is pretty weird. I want to try something. It might be a really bad idea, but let's go downstairs. I don't know why I painted the floor green. I guess the floor's green everywhere. I kind of want to go outside. This is a terrible idea, but yes, we're now outside. So I guess your passengers can have some fresh air if needed. Yeah, okay. I mean, this kind of works. This is fine. We do seem to be nose up quite a bit, which is pretty weird. I don't know how to feel about that. Also, a lot of you guys were saying we should have retractable pontoons. Honestly, this thing isn't for efficiency. This thing is very much not efficient whatsoever. So, yeah, we're not going to be efficient in making these guys fold up. Maybe if we build another one in the future, maybe we'll have them fold, and maybe it'll be a little bit sleeker. But, I don't know, for now, everything's working out fine. We're almost over Sawyer Isles already, so we'll be on our way to the Arctic pretty quickly here. Anyway, back inside we go. Hopefully I don't fly off. Oh, everything's fine. Beautiful. I might get myself some food really quickly. Some of this green and some of this orange, and then maybe some of this brown afterwards. Lovely. Okay, let's go find a little place to sit down for a bit. I'm gonna sit here. I can look out the window, see nothing out the window. Pretty cool. I'm gonna lower my altitude now because I feel like being so high is kind of annoying. Because you don't really get to see very much. So we've gone down to 555 feet, which is interesting. But also, we are still so high. This is crazy. We're changing altitude again. I want to go even closer to these crazy waves because, honestly, not being able to see them from so high is kind of annoying. I like the idea of being down and seeing the actual waves. The thing is, our autopilot isn't really dealing very well with the wind, but you know, we're still sort of heading in the right direction, so as long as I coerce it sort of in the right direction, we'll be there in no time. Yeah, our speed has slowed down a little bit, in fact quite significantly, but that's alright. We've gone quite far. We've only used about 1,000 fuel so far. That's alright, that's good. Guys, we may or may not be in the ocean. Turn off the engines, turn them off. This is okay, this is so far, it's still fine. We can still deal with this. It's fine. Okay, in here we go. Let's do this. Inside, our engines are on fire because they have no coolant, remember? And that's a problem. Alright, just do this. There we go. Right, that one's out. Go to the next one. Fortunately, we have little pathways between them, so we can put these guys out by ourselves. Is this one still on fire? This one is still on fire. Okay, right, that's fine. Run to the other side. Oh, this is crazy. This is crazy. Okay, open this up. Go inside of there. We're good. As long as our fuel tank isn't open, then we should be able to fix these enough to get back in the sky. And get out of here. Yeah, I completely forgot this was a problem. Yeah, our engines are way too warm right now. Okay, so we're just gonna go ahead and put them out. We'll let them cool down a little bit, and then we'll fix them up and get out of here again. I do need to sort out cooling systems on those, though. That's kind of important. Here we go! Fix the engines! There we go, there we go, there we go. Fortunately, I can actually fix them pretty much all the way from the back. That's crazy. We'll go into the next one. We'll fix this one up as well. Okay, it doesn't actually take very much to fix these, which is pretty crazy. I say that, this one isn't getting fixed anywhere near as fast as the first one. What is going on? Fix! Alright, there we go, that bit's fixed. Oh, it's on fire again. It's automatically set itself on fire. Okay, I might have to wait a little bit longer then. Just drop this on the ground. I need a fire extinguisher. Let's go put out that fire again. Stop being on fire, please. Thank you. Uh-oh, I didn't realize we were actually freezing as well, so I've turned on the heaters now. Hopefully that's all good. Maybe. Our engine temperatures are all down to like 70 or 80, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn these guys back on. And we're gonna start our flight again. Whoa, 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 whoa. It's trying to take off just straight out of the water. Okay, interesting. I need to go full throttle to do this. I think it's just gonna take, yeah, it's just taking off all by itself. Alright, so throttle down just a little bit. That's fine. And we are still flying. Okay, so our temperatures are obviously climbing again. The engines that are the hottest might actually turn off. And then we can just keep inverting them, so we can keep going to the next one and the next one and the next one. For some reason, the heater that is just down here underneath me isn't heating me up inside the cockpit. Why? Wait, that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Are the heaters on? Let me go have a little look. Yeah, the heaters are on, but they're obviously heating downwards. Ah, okay, so I guess that's the problem then. If we want to stay warm, we got to stay downstairs. You see, I guess this is why testing your creations is actually very important, because I wouldn't have even noticed this if I just shoved it on the workshop now. Alright, let's go back upstairs now that we are warmed up a little bit. We can run forwards, and we can continue on our journey. Yes! Alright, keep it going. I don't know whether we can fly with just 4 engines, but I'm going to give it a go. So, whichever ones are the hottest can get turned off. 95, 96, so we'll turn off that one. Okay, and we'll turn off this one. Alright, I don't know which ones those are. It's the middle one over here, and it's the one on the outside over here. Okay, well, we're still flying. Our altitude is declining, though. So that means we're falling out the sky. If I go full throttle, though, we can maintain altitude. Okay. Temperatures are still very, very high. We're 65 kilometers away. I think what I'm going to have to do is land again, let my engines cool down, and then we can take off again and keep flying. Okay, let's go ahead and do an actual landing then, because, yeah, we can't just keep flying on, I guess, 4 engines. 2 of them are turned off. So we'll just keep flying a little bit. We'll go very low, but I don't want my engines to set on fire, so we got to keep an eye on these to make sure they don't ever burn up again. Okay, which I guess is around 110. So we'll maintain this sort of altitude. Then when they're getting close to 110, we'll go ahead and land and turn them all off. Whoa, there's a boat out here. What is that? It's a tugboat. Interesting. We have accidentally landed, so that's okay. Let's go ahead and turn off our engines now then. And we'll have to wait for them to cool down. Yeah, okay. I really need to add cooling to these guys. But I'm still on my journey. We're still going to figure out if 15,000 liters of fuel in each wing is enough. And quite honestly, I feel like it is. Yeah, so the only problem we're having then is heaters need to be implemented upstairs as well as downstairs. And also, we need to add coolant to the engines. That's fine. Oh, I didn't realize I was I was getting really cold. Let me run downstairs again really quickly, open the door, and sit underneath our sun lamp. Yes! Okay, so we're gonna have to obviously go back upstairs. We are very close to where we need to be. In fact, we're actually, we're in the middle of nowhere right now. But yeah, we're flying up there, so let's go ahead and heat up. We're then going to start the engines again, and we're going to get flying again, because we can. So, yeah, let's do it. Here we go. Bam, bam. There we go. Nice, nice, nice. This one and this one. Excellent. This one and this one. Yes, and take off. Whoa, why are we going? Oh, we're going sideways because of how I start the engines. That's fine. Okay, we're in the air already. That's crazy. Set this to, like, 55. Excellent. Bosh. Okay, very nice. And let's go and turn on the autopilot again. There we go. Alright, we're going. This is awesome. So yeah, we're not going to fly very high this time. That's fine. And we're going to fly as fast as we can to get there. Hopefully we won't set our engines on fire again, but it is likely to happen. It looks like we took off just in time as well, because there is a huge wave right there. What is that? Wait, what is that? That looks like a rogue wave or a tsunami. I might have to go even higher. Alright, set this to 75 instead. We need to go up, because I don't want to get hit by that thing. Oh, we need to go up even further, maybe. Let's go to 125. Okay. Ascend. What in the world? Yeah, look at that. We took off just in time. Crazy. Apparently it's snowing, which means we must be getting extremely close to the Arctic now, which is pretty good, because that's where we're heading. The thing is, I've actually managed to outfly the tsunami, or whatever it was. The problem is, I'm going to have to land again very soon, pretty much in front of it, so I don't know what's going to go on there. That engine is getting precariously close to being on fire, so we're going to go and turn off engine 1 and engine 5. I don't know whether I've actually made them correspond the same way here, but engine 6 needs to go off, engine 3 needs to go off, engine 2 needs to go off.
So we're going to see...
Engine 4 needs to go off, we're going to land. We're going to have to land. And when I say we're going to have to land, we are we're gonna have to dive down and land. If you guys heard just a random noise there, sorry about that. Anyway, we've only got 2 engines remaining, which allow us to glide down. We're still 37 kilometers away. This trip has taken me so much longer than I expected it to. But yeah, let's go ahead and turn those off, and we can wait a bit. That's fine. Everything's down to about 70 again, which means we can take off again and almost get all the way there. So let's go ahead and start up all of the engines again, and let's just go for it. Go, go, go! I might try and fly directly there now, actually. Let's go ahead and get ourselves straight up into the sky. There we go. And hopefully this will all be fine. Altitude hold is going to go on, which should allow it to just take off pretty much vertically. And we'll get there in no time. So I think this is going to be the last hop we do. If my engines start to set on fire as we get there, that's fine. I will say that the engines do keep, like, heating up actually extremely fast. So we've only gone around 10 kilometers, and the engines have gone up by 30 degrees. Honestly, we should have probably just stopped and reset and then fixed the problem that we have. But obviously I haven't done that, and I really, really want to get there. So we're just going to continue. I really want to do this. But I just feel like I feel like we're gonna have to land again and again and again in order to actually make it. Yeah, it turns out I'm just not gonna make it. We got very, very close though, and honestly, the fuel, we still had like 13,000 liters of fuel left. So the thing that I wanted to test was fine. We have tested it. The fuel will last us all the way there and all the way back. The thing that won't last us all the way there and all the way back is the heaters, for one, and for two, let me just put a heater there. For two, what am I saying? The, something else. For two, something else. For two, the engines need coolant. Right, we're just gonna go ahead and shove this guy into here. We'll go backwards to, like, this line right here. We'll delete that one. And we'll shove one all the way at the back. There we go. Alright, I will need to paint all of these guys on the ceiling. So let me go ahead and do that. There we go. And then what I'll do is I'll connect all of those guys up, and then we need to work on cooling. Okay, this is something I'm going to be doing to all of the engines. So we're going to delete this little bit right here. We're going to go to heat, and I'm going to grab one of these radiators right here, an electrical one. We're then going to shove that directly on the bottom of here like this, and we're going to chuck this guy on the back end like so. What that then allows us to do is add a manifold into here. Coolant manifold, this guy. We're going to go ahead and chuck this guy onto here like this. We're then going to add... Actually, wait. I'm going to add it quite far this way. We're going to add a pump onto there. Here we go. So pump, just a little one. Chuck that onto there. We're going to connect that down into this piece. So grab ourselves one of these. We're going to go ahead and chuck this up for now. That's good. And we'll connect it together just like this. Alright, yes. We're then going to go down from here. We're going to come across. 1. Actually, 2. There we go. We're then going to send it backwards from this side. And down and in. Alright, zoom it backwards to there. Grab ourselves this guy, chuck it on there like that, and voila, we have ourselves a cooling system. Okay, so now all I need to do is do that to this engine, as well as that engine and this engine, and then we are good to go. Okay, so once I'd added all of the coolant to all of the engines, which is something we've done now, we are going to go ahead and do the same journey again. It is 115 kilometers. We have ourselves all of the fuel that we had last time, and this time we have a little bit of cooling on the engines. For some reason, engine number 3, I need to make sure that these line up with these guys, because I don't think I've done that. But yeah, this one is actually a lot more, a lot warmer than the rest of them, and it's actually continuing to get hotter and hotter and hotter. I just don't know which one engine 3 is. I really need to figure that out. So engine 4 is that one. Yeah, so back here it's engine 4 instead of engine 3. If I go ahead and turn that off, which one is it? Which one is it? It's the closest one. Okay, so let's go ahead and turn that back on again. And we can go back there and see what the problem maybe is? Because I'm not sure. Oh. I think I see what the problem is. It is not actually attached. Therefore, therefore it's not working out very well. This one is in fact attached. Very good. And this one is in fact attached as well. So yeah, it's just a problem of the fact that the wing, or the engine, is half falling out. I haven't merged it. Okay. Well, we're going to continue on our journey anyway, even with that problem. Look at it. It's like falling out. Yeah, even with that problem, and hopefully we'll still be fine. So currently the rest of them are up to about 47, whereas that one is up to 60. We might just have to do it on 5 engines instead of 6. That is... yeah, that is interesting. You know, it could be that I might have to add some more cooling to this as well. That is something we can do. Oh, apparently there's a tsunami or something happening. Doesn't look like the weather for a tsunami, but sure. Yeah, I might have to do some more cooling on these. That engine temperature is at 90 already. Okay, we're going to have to turn that one off soon, otherwise we are going to have a disaster mid-air. Yeah, we are. Okay, that's fine. I want to see if the other ones do get up to a really high temperature though, so I'm just going to leave them going at full pelt, and then if there is a problem, we'll figure it out. Oh, I didn't turn it off and it is on fire again. Okay, it's this one right here. Let's turn that off, because it will actually be heating up the ones next to it as well if we're not careful. Right, jump inside the wing. We're going to go ahead and, yeah, put that out ASAP. Come up. There you go. Excellent. Okay. I probably should slow ourselves down as well, because one of the things I was doing before, on the original flight, was... where did I even get this from? Was flying at 90% instead of 100. So I'm going to slow it down just a little bit, and we're going to continue flying out there. Our temperature is 83. I wonder how hot it's actually gonna get. Hopefully not too much warmer. But obviously these engines have to put up with more because this engine isn't working. We are still getting hotter and hotter and hotter. This is not great. I've gone ahead and dropped it to 88% instead. Our speed has dropped and our altitude is falling. Therefore, we are not powerful enough to sustain 88% throttle. It needs to be closer to 90 for this to even stay in the sky. Oh no. Okay, yeah, we need to add more cooling. We're at 92 degrees. At 120 they explode, so let's add a little tiny bit more cooling and then it'll be fine. There we go. Okay, so we're currently flying. We are almost... I was saying we were almost there. We're still quite far away. But it seems to have stabilized itself out at around 80 degrees on pretty much every engine. Except engine 1, which seems to be hotter than the rest for some reason. Don't really know what's going on there. Anyway, now that we've got this, it is pretty much stabilized, and we're flying at a decent altitude. Our speed is around 61 meters per second, and we're totally gonna make it. So yeah, let's just keep flying until we make it there. We'll then do a landing, and then we'll be super happy that our aircraft has actually made it. We've just covered another few kilometers, and we are at a temperature of 74, so it is creeping up very slowly. But it's not creeping up enough. We've already flown quite far. Also, because the world of Stormworks is pretty much just water, we can land wherever we want, wait for the engines to cool down, and then take off and fly away again. The fuel really isn't an issue. The fuel will last us all the way to the Arctic and all the way back down to here, so yeah, this plane works out really well. Alright, we're getting extremely close now. That right there is where we're going to be landing. So, let's jump into the pilot seat, turn these guys off. Let's go ahead and start the landing process. Okay, so we're coming in. I'm going to try and land sort of directly into the base. So let's go ahead and remove this. And we're going to land with the nose on the ramp. I've not really been here very often, so it's kind of weird. But yeah, turn the autopilot off. That's good. I know I just turned the button on. It needs to be a push button rather than a toggle button because it's not quite right. But anyway, we're coming in, and we're just going to go ahead and land nose first on the ramp, and that should be fine. Honestly, this thing in the water isn't great. but hopefully just landing it straight in there is going to be fine. Here we go. Throttle back. Throttle back. We've landed. Excellent. I don't think I can quite get the nose in there, to be honest. So I might just try and turn it before we get there. Oh. Yeah, there's no way. Alright, well, you know what? We made it to where we needed to make it to, and our engines didn't explode this time. So, we're good. We've sorted it out. We've fixed the plane to a point where it survives a flight to the Arctic, which is good. And we still have 12,000 liters of fuel left. So we've only used, what, like 3,000 to get here. That's crazy. Anyway, let's go ahead and go to the front really quickly and lower down the anchor. Because we've made it, so we need to anchor ourselves down. Alright, here we go. Open and close the door, run to the front. Staff only. Through we go. Open this. Climb up here and jump on the front. Actually, I could just do it from here. Anchor off. Down. There we go. I've climbed out. We can probably turn that off now. And I'm assuming it will touch the floor already, but I'm not sure. It's still going down. I think I probably need to let out a bit more, because I'm in deeper water than I ever expected to be in. Yeah, just a little bit more, please. 3, 2, 1. There we go. Let's see if that'll make it. I can't see. Here it is. It is slow at going down, like, isn't it? This anchor is slow. It's almost there, though, and... oh, very close. Tiny bit more. 3, 2, 1, go. There we go. And... is it connected? Hey! We're connected to the bottom. Excellent. So we're anchored down. There you go. Okay, well, anyway, since we've done our final flight, this is going to be it for the build of this aircraft. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the series. I actually really did, and I have a plan for the next one. So hopefully you guys will join me for the building of something else very, very soon in the future. Anyway, for now, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you next time. Goodbye.